Morning everyone, excuse my completely bare face, but a few people have just commented on how good the makeup looks, so I thought I'd show you actually how good it is because it covers up all of this. For me, my skin is actually quite good at the minute considering how badly it was. I'm just dealing with some texture and stuff. You have to excuse, you're gonna hear noise in the background. So I tend to do my makeup in my kitchen, which is really random. But one, I never normally have the time to do it anywhere else. I need to be watching the kids as well. I try and normally do it when Ronnie has his morning nap. But two, I've got bifolds to one side, and then I've got Velux right above me. So daylight is the best light to do your makeup in. So this is like the lightest, brightest room of the house. So it's quite easy for me to do my makeup here and make sure that I've not got any like lines or anything. So I'm just going to show you what I do. I'm no makeup artist, or obviously I don't have any training, but this is just what works for me day to day. Just as a really quick sort of just getting ready look if I want to put some makeup on. A lot of days I won't bother now, especially now my skin's a bit better. I will just put some Sunday on just so I've got my SPF on, and then that's it. But if I'm going somewhere, like I'm going to do some I've got a couple more deliveries to do today, then I will put a bit of makeup on, plus it makes me feel a bit better. So what I do first is I prime my face. So I use the Rainforest Dew. So this is one of the minis that comes in the mini complexion kit. So I just do a couple of drops and I press pat that. That just gives like a really nice base. Right, I'm not a fan of, I don't really do brushes that much, like with foundation and stuff, because one, it's just an extra thing for you to have to clean. And two, they harbour so much bacteria that if you're someone who suffers with problem skin, if you're someone that suffers with problem skin, then it's just not good to be putting dirty stuff back on your face. So, one thing I forgot to do and I have to mention is, and I have done this, is I always sanitize my hands before I put anything on my face. So I use our Keep It Clean sanitizer before I prime, just to make sure my fingers are completely clean, especially with how my skin is. Right, so once I've primed, I use my beauty booster. I use the Barely Nude because I am pale as F. Now this is lovely. So this has got SPF 35 in it. I literally just rub it onto my skin. I am so lazy when it comes to applying foundation. Right, next I will go in with my Illuma. So I use Latte. I use this for my circles under my eyes. Again, my finger. So I use my ring finger because that's the one that's going to apply the least pressure and drag at your delicate eye skin. Once I've done that, I will go with any sort of blemishes or marks that need covering up. I use my lovely palette, and I've got the concealer in the bottom of my palette, so that I've got that as one of my large ones. And that is, so I use the Illuma for any sort of dark circles or anything, and I use the actual concealer that goes in the palette for any marks and blemishes. I don't sort of overdo it with putting concealer on because I'm okay with how my skin looks. It's not perfect, and I don't put loads and loads of it on. I just literally do enough to cover up the bits that I want slightly concealed. And I use the, so this is the flat detailing brush, the Tropic flat detailing brush. This is great for just little sort of on the spot concealer. And what I will say about this concealer, this is the best concealer I have ever used. It just covers everything. Now, I've got a tiny bit of a black eye from where Ronnie actually threw my phone at my face the other day, and it's going now, but nobody knew, nobody saw it because I actually used this to cover it up. It's absolutely brilliant, that concealer, really, really good. So before I use the setting powder, I then do my brows. I like a brow. I do like a brow. So I use this 3-in-1 eye brush. So this brush is great. So it's got spoolie on the end, and then it's got sort of a bit of a detailing sort of, I would use that if I was going out. If you wanted a really sharp brow, do the concealer sort of underneath and just put this off. And this is your flat sort of brush for your brow and eyeliner. So this is the one I use for my brows. I use a little bit, just spoolie it off first. Pop the end on. And again, I've got the brow pomade, which is like a gel, which is this one here. But today I'm going to use the brow powder. And I always start on the tail first. You always have one brow that goes better than the other. Always, always. But I mean, like I say, I'm no expert or anything, but I find for me, I like quite a bold brow, but not the really like harsh edge, really. I mean, I suppose this is quite a harsh edge for some people, but what I do, so I start on the tail and then do almost like a line underneath, and then I use the brush sort of then on its side to take the pigment of the powder up into my brow, because naturally our brows are much lighter here than they are on the ends anyway. So I use it this way to then move the pigment up through the brow and then just define the arch a little bit. So tail underneath, up like that, and then just define the arch. And then what I tend to do is if I've got a harsh edge that I don't like, I take the spoolie and I just sort of wiggle it up through the brow just to roughen the edge up a little bit. So once I've done that, I'll go with my setting powder. I love this. So sometimes I will use the mineral foundation over the top, but today I don't really want a really really sort of thick matte base, so I'll just use this setting powder over the top of the Beauty Booster. And if you get shiny like I do, then this just takes a little bit of the shine off and sets your base. What I will do, I was singing in the background, what I will do is, if I've got a few blemishes like I do on my chin, I will use the mineral foundation and the flat detailing brush just to have a little tiny bit extra coverage. Right, so because I'm not really going anywhere special today, I'm just going to use a bit of bronzer and a bit of blush. I'm not going to do any contouring or anything. So this is Sahara. This is it's a pressed contour, but you can use it as so pigmented, isn't it? I sort of do a 3 on my face. So I go up to my hairline, down round underneath my cheekbone, and then underneath my chin. Sort of where you would contour basically. I only need a tiny bit because I think I've overdone it a bit there. So just work in a 3 or an E. I'm going to take it down my neck a little bit. Just make sure it's all blended in, which is why I like to do it in the daylight. Right, I've not used this one before, so this is the Blush Crush in Pinch Me Pink. So this will just go on the apples of my cheeks. Again, I always forget how pigmented these are, so I might end up looking like a dolly. Yeah, they're super pigmented. Might need to tone that down a little bit. I'll show you how I do that. My God. So with that, I'll just take my kabuki brush that's got my setting powder on it and just take it over the top to tone it down, because I was a bit too heavy-handed with the blush crush. It just goes to show how like really pigmented these colours are. So a little really does go a long way. I am not a massive fan of lipstick, especially as I just don't get on with it as well as other people do. So what I will tend to do on a day-to-day basis is just put a balm on, and the lip fudge is absolutely perfect for this. So today I'm going to use the Rosewood lip fudge. These are £12. This is idiot proof. Just gives a hit of moisture, a hit of nourishment, and it's dead easy. Again, because I'm having a little bit of a lazy day, I'm not going to do my full-on lash extension kit. So I'm not going to use the fibres. I'm just going to use the fixing gel, and you'll be able to see how good the fixing gel is on its own. Right. So for me, that is enough for me just day to day to go out and feel a little bit better about myself. It's just a really simple, easy, not too much faffing, no contouring, no eyeliner or anything. So that is just my day to day. I've got my sun protection on. I feel a little bit boosted. I've got this mascara. So this is without the fibres, and I have had lash extensions for absolutely ages, so my lashes weren't in great condition. This mascara, so this, like I say, without the fibres, is just incredible. It stays put all day, doesn't crumble, doesn't smudge, but it's not really difficult to take off. But so yeah, that was my little morning routine for a little quick makeup day to day. If you've got any questions about any of the products that I've used, or if there's any other products that you want to talk about, let me know, drop me a line. Don't forget, it's the last week this week to get the mini serums when you spend over £100. So if there was any makeup that you're looking at getting, let me know. I can colour match your current foundation to a Tropic foundation. Noah, mate. I can colour match your foundation to a Tropic foundation if you just send me a picture of what you're using at the moment. But have a lovely day, everybody. I'm going to go out and do some deliveries and try and get some homeschooling done.